Hey guys, it's me, Magical Shante 888. I thought I'd pop on and do a real quick oracle reading just to get the energy for the full moon. I've been watching some of my fellow YouTubers and getting some good insight on the overall energies on this full moon. For me, I did a quick video yesterday, just kind of not even about too many major things, but just touching on the fact that in the season that we're coming into, that we just need to keep our head in the game and stay focused and do the best that we can to keep our vibrations high. I'm always going to say that no matter the season, no matter the moon phase, that's always going to be like my main thing. But I did want to do a quick oracle reading on the overall energies surrounding this full moon. It was also a total lunar eclipse, something like that. You know, I be aware of shit, but I be in my own world. The first card that jumped out is meditate, which I did do this morning, and it helped me to be a lot calmer. There's a lot that is going on, and we have 111. To me, that states new beginnings. So meditate so that you can walk into these new beginnings, to receive the blessings of the things that are coming for us, right? And where's my other deck at? Oh, there may be some money coming in. This is one of my Grab-A-Boy codes that I use. Together, find, count, divine. You say that 22 times. Give me 1 second. This deck was calling for me, so I'm going to read from that one. But these are my personal cards that I made. Yep, definitely some money coming in. See abundance everywhere. 2 money cards. That's great. That's a great sign. So maybe within this full moon, you'll be manifesting something, and or something is going to be coming to fruition. Keeping in mind, yes, we are in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. And that can kind of slow things down. But the full moon to me represents something that you may be releasing so that you can get to the next step. Definitely with this. Meditating on the things that it is that you want. Understanding that abundance does not always mean material things. It can be an abundance of peace. It can be an abundance of health, an abundance of whatever it is that you want. Whatever it is that you are wanting to manifest, make sure that you're continuing to be logical, and meditating will assist you in being more logical, because your peace of mind will be there, and it clears the way for you to make more efficient decisions for yourself, and make sure that you shine like the whole universe is yours, because it is as within, so without. You are a part of this universe. All right, I'm gonna pull 2 more cards, and then I'll get to the Work Your Light Oracle deck. Thank you, Divine, for everybody who's watching. Thank you for giving me these messages and guiding my words. And so it is. And we have Warrior Priestess vibes. And that's on top of Together Find, Count, Divine, which is getting your money, counting your money. Maybe you're just needing to be logical with the tactics that you are using and or taking to make whatever money it is that you're wanting to make to get to the financial abundance that you're wanting. Being protective, making decisions to protect your assets. And most importantly, say less about the abundance that's coming in, the things that are making you happy. Although, and I said this like in my last video, there are things that we're wanting to share with people, and we may be in a vibration of love, but people who have not attained those things and or don't see themselves attaining those things, don't want to see anybody else get it. Like, and I don't want to be repetitive with this message, but It's important, and it's very, very pertinent in our lives these days. That last card that I have says, there are no rules to being you. And it's the choices that you make that reflect your character. So with that, with there being no rules to being you, make sure that you're celebrating yourself throughout everything that you're going through the highs and the lows. Believe that you are strong, and you'll know that you can tackle whatever life throws at you. Those are just really simple things. So there are great things that are coming that are blooming within this full moon that we have. Either you are going to walk into this during this season, during this full moon, and or you are planting those seeds because you're releasing things that no longer serve you. You're walking into your truth. You're realizing, hey, this is something that I want to do, and I'm gonna do it. Like, instead of second guessing yourself. Again, easier said than done. I don't know what anybody else's placements are, but people with Virgo placements, we tend to be very, very, we want to be perfect. We want everything to be perfect, and perfection is not reality, and it's not always something that you can get. Like, it's an illusion. Don't be disillusioned by perfection, by something, how something looks, how it shows up. Sometimes something can show up in one way, but it really is meant to teach you a lesson. So that's something to be looking out for in the next full moon is what I'm putting. I'm going to pull a few of these cards. Thank you. Spirit guides, please guide me. I need to get these messages. Ooh, okay. All right. So let me grab these cards that just fell. And I will say right here on my right, I do have, oh, okay. So there's quite a few. So I have Warrior Woman. I just mentioned in my personal deck, the Warrior Priestess vibes. It says, have you answered your deepest calling? To me, this reminds me of just protecting your space, protecting your womb, protecting your aura, protecting your assets, just protecting things. That means during this time, even though it's a retrograde and it's not normally recommended to sign new contracts and things of that nature, but if you have to, do what you got to do. Like, don't let something like planetary alignments to stop you because you're thinking externally. What feels good internally? If you feel like you should go ahead and sign that contract and take that next step, don't hesitate to do it. Definitely read everything so that you understand, so that you have a clear understanding of what it is that you might be signing. So that way you don't have to go back and revisit it again during the next retrograde or whatever. You just want to be clear on your intentions and the things that you're wanting, and make sure that you're not settling for things because you feel like it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Take your time and make the decisions that you need. I do also have no, wait, postpone, say no, or pause. So that could very well just mean like just taking the time to reflect. The full moon for me also is a deep time to reflect. I have been doing some really deep reflecting with everything across the board, from relationships to jobs to education to how I'm parenting. Like, it's the deepest time for me to sit with myself and ask myself, is what I'm doing working? Is it conducive to what it is that I want to gain out of what I'm putting in? You know, and that goes into this. The inner temple devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. This morning I did a meditation with sound bowls on YouTube, just listening to it while I was getting ready, doing my makeup, and it was very, very calming. I was very, very zen, even with the kids, getting them ready. Like, I wasn't as in a rush. I wasn't angry, and I woke up late. Like, and I still was able to just be calm. I kind of flowed into work, even though I work from home currently, but I flowed into it. So meditation really, really helps. Meditation is not about silencing your brain or even quieting your brain. It's just to get your thoughts together. It puts you in a flow of being present and understanding what your next step is for that day or even for that moment. It helps immensely. So do your best to tap into that energy. Also, with the full moon energy, we're also getting unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I always say that the full moon, like, and I don't want to be repetitive, but for me personally, and for everybody, it varies. Like, you know, I'm not in a particular religion. I don't particularly follow anything. I believe that there's truth in everything. So whatever works for you, do it. If it doesn't work for you, take it away. Try something else. But for me, and even in this, there's a full moon. Releasing those soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. For me, I have been doing my best to work on how I communicate with people that I care about, particularly friends and my spouse or my fiance or whatever. Like, I want to make sure that we are communicating effectively, especially during this retrograde, because communication can be broken down. And there can be issues that are unnecessary because someone doesn't understand where the other person is coming from, why they said that. And I'm having a deeper understanding of even how and why I've communicated in a certain way in the past. So maybe some of you guys are doing that. I'm working on, whenever I do my readings, taking myself out of it and making it as a collective thing. I know I'm not the only person that's experiencing the things that I'm experiencing. It's a collective thing, and I do readings for the collective. But I'm just using myself as an example, just to say how I utilize the full moon, since this is a full moon oracle reading. Anyways, yeah. So releasing soul patterns, things that we need to release those things, write it down, burn it, whatever it is you need to do to get rid of it, so that way you can be a better you. So that way when the new moon comes, you can write down those manifestations, write down the things that you want to write down, so that you can step into them. All right. And then also we have boundaries. And when I picked it up, it was reversed. I don't typically take reversals with this deck. But it says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? And with it being reversed, some of our boundaries maybe have been crossed and or tested, and or they may be. But with that, you still need to make sure that you are tapping into your inner temple to ask yourself, where have my boundaries been crossed? Am I accepting things that I don't need to be accepting? Am I allowing people to disrespect me, even in the most subtle ways, without really letting them know that it's some weirdo shit? You know, and with the communicating with people. I don't like the way that you handled me. I don't like the way that you handled that situation. Maybe we can discuss a different way to handle the situation, so that way moving forward, we don't clash and bump heads on this particular situation. Easier said than done, but I have really, really been working on how I handle my communication. I don't want to come off too harsh, because coming off too harsh, like, it comes off as you just want to be right. I care less about being right, and I care more about us getting the situation resolved, so that way moving forward, we don't have the same issues. And if we do, we know how to handle it. Communication, effective communication is key, period. Okay. So that's all from this deck. I'm going to also pull from my other deck, and then I'll finish up. I haven't done tarot. I probably need to do tarot, but tarot takes a lot more concentration. Like, I have to be more, I don't want to say focused, but yeah, I'm using my Mystic Martian Oracle deck. This is my new, well, they're all my favorites, honestly, but This is my baby. Like, I got these, what, last month? Or maybe even the month before. And I love them. I just love the colors. Like, green is my favorite color, and they're green, and I love them. They're just my favorite. All right, so guys, please use 3 cards to summarize what it is that we need to be working on during this full moon. Please and thank you. All right, so we have Sirians. A, artistic integrity, honesty. All right, that goes back to that communication, being honest with ourselves. Are we communicating effectively? Is the person that we're speaking to communicating effectively with us? Do we really feel that? Is there something that we can work on within that communication? Is there something that we can work on just within ourselves? How we communicate with ourselves? That deep inner voice. We have Lyrians. Strength, courage, and bravery. And that's number 11. The Sirians card was number 18, which breaks down to a 9. And the last card fell. And we have the Andromedans, autonomy, free will, and manifestation. That definitely taps into that money energy. So there's something within us that we're needing to give ourselves grace with. How we're talking to ourselves, how we're communicating with ourselves when we feel like either life is not going our way, or either just giving ourselves grace. Keep trucking. And like I said in my last video, keep doing what it is that you're doing. Make sure that you're allowing your inner light to shine, and make sure that you're continuing to love yourself. And then the bottom deck, at the bottom, we have 10. It's number 10, the Grays, and they're tall, Altarian, organized, and intimidating. So maybe some of us are feeling this deep down since it's at the bottom. I don't know. But either way, that is the reading that I have. I hope it gave some of y'all some clarity. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, and we have Galactic Federation, collaboration, meetings, and community. So we're needing to work on this, so that way maybe we can get to this Galactic Federation with the community, you know, internally or externally. All right. Again, make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will try to get back to doing regular videos so that I can get my channel growing again. I was getting to a certain amount of views, and I kind of ducked off for like a whole month because I started working again, but I'm gonna get back to it. I enjoy doing these videos, and I'm looking forward to growing my channel, growing my community, and having people, you know, and I appreciate the people who do watch and who do comment. I love y'all for real. And yeah, again, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll check you in the next one. I'm Magical Shante 888. Peace.